Hi all you YouTubers, just wanted to let you guys know up front that on some of these older flashback episodes you're not going to see the same crisp, clear video footage that you're used to seeing when using digital recording equipment. These flashback videos were filmed using the old VHS cassette film technology, so they're going to be a little grainier. Now, you're still going to be able to see the entire video and everything, but you're not going to see that crisp, clear picture that you're used to seeing from digital video equipment. Plus, it's going to have that old standard format. You're going to see black bars on both sides of the video. That widescreen technology, which is a 16:9 ratio or whatever it is, that wasn't available back with those old cassettes, that at least what I was using. They're the standard 4x3, the squarer versions. So on those older films that we're gonna put out on the flashback episodes, you're gonna see the bars on the side also. So just wanted to let everybody know about that up front. And that being said, let's get this episode started.
Okay, it's Tuesday evening, 4 o'clock. We just got the blind finished, and we got our decoy calls set up. Kind of give you a little go around. There's the blind. Take a look at the inside. Nice big two-man blind. I'll be here. There's only one seat because I'll be here until Saturday. Mike's coming up Friday to hunt, so I'll be by myself for most of it. But here's a good look at our blind, turkey's eye view of it, and we try to make it look like a downfall of a tree. Kind of get an idea there. But this is from behind. So we try to make it look like a tree that's fallen, and then just hit another tree and kind of spread out. So you get a pretty good eye view here. Here's the call box. Get the leaves off of it a little bit. But you get an idea. We just drive this stake in the ground here, and we've got a camouflaged push pin. We put an eyelet in and a hook from fishing with some camouflage fishing line, and we stake that in the ground. See if that's better. Okay, and then I just run the fishing line back to a point. I try to peg it in the ground. Oh, here we are with these cotter pins. Yeah. I think this cotter pin here to kind of hold the line down and to give it a little more tension when you pull on it. But here's the line for the call, and if you can hear it. But anyways, we strategically placed these. You can see we're about, maybe 15 yards away from the blind. There's our blind. But I've got one here. I've got one out in front of the blind. And coming off the back here, I got one set up back here. So if a bird's coming in, I don't have to get out of the blind anymore and walk around to make it sound like a live bird. I can work on this one, and then move to the one I'm at, and then move to the call over there, or maybe move to this and then to there, so it sounds like a bird is moving around in the area. And the one call in the shooting range area is going to have the decoy set up on it. We did some modification on some decoys also. Now let's go inside so you can see what kind of shooting lanes we have. And you can see here what we have for shooting lanes. Mike and I were out here. We cleaned this out about 3 weeks ago. Cleaned it back, hopefully about 50 yards or so. So we got decent shooting. So where I'm facing now, of course, is the east. That's the way the sun will come up in the morning. And if you look carefully, we have roost trees. Some big pines over here, just off my brother-in-law's property. And birds have roosted in those in the past. So hopefully they'll roost again. But when we set up our decoys setup is going to be out here by this deadfall log. In fact, there you can see my pushpin call right there. Sorry it's bouncy, but I don't have my tripod. Well, it seems with all that calling we did, practicing with the calls, I hear a bird coming in. I don't know if you're going to be able to pick her up with all this wind. We got one agitated head somewhere on the other side of that clear cut, that timber. That's cool. Maybe she'll remember that there's another dominant hen in the area. She'll come in here in the morning looking for her again, and maybe the toms will follow. Well, I haven't heard anything for 15 minutes now. But it was kind of funny. We got done setting up the blind, and out to the east, all of a sudden I hear a bird. I was just going to go back, so we got back in the blind and sat. Real raspy calling. Boy, that hen was mad. So, I don't know, maybe we'll get lucky tomorrow morning. And there's some fresh scratchings out here just east of the blind, just right around the corner of the blind here. They're pretty fresh within the week. In fact, here's the line from my decoy call right here. And here's the scratching. And right here you can see how they pile the leaves up. They were going in this direction, scratching back this way. So, fresh scratchings. There's our blind. There's another set of scratchings right here. And right here. And a little bit of a ruffled one right here, probably pecking around this wood, looking for some grubs or something. And again, 3 fresh scratchings. Here's our blind. Some more fresh scratchings right here. A little more, a little bit right there. This one's pretty fresh though, right there. There's that scratching. Check this out. There's our blind right here. Of course, we thought we would have good pickings last year too, and we didn't get a bird. So can't be too overconfident, but this is good sign. In fact, I got fresh scratchings all around the blind. Roost trees that are just off my brother-in-law's property. Some nice big pines. Nice steady limbs. Yeah, birds could roost on those. Not a problem. But those are those roost trees that I talk about. Another one right there. Can't quite see it because this tree's in the way. But there's some nice big pines here for them to roost in. And the watering hole would be back in this direction. Kinda, I want to say the watering hole would be right about there, over the crest of the hill down. I think we'll sit for just a little bit, but there's our blind again. Maybe not 20 minutes, then we'll head back in. We've got the decoy stuff here, the decoys and my homemade turkey wings are inside that case. So we'll leave that out overnight. We'll put the call away in here and leave that. We've got our decoy call set up. There's our fishing line hooked up to our little reels. Hopefully we'll have some success. opening day. We got 5 minutes to 4. Have coffee, breakfast sandwich here, a couple of little chocolate donuts, and get out there. Hopefully we get a bird first day. I guess it's supposed to get up to 77 today. Should be warm out there. So we'll see what happens. Eat breakfast and get out there. Got about 6 minutes to go before it can start calling. And not a good start to opening day. We got out here we were set up in the blind at 5. I probably got out here about 10:02. Got my decoy calls set up around the blind and sat and listened for gobbling on the roost. Didn't hear a single gobble anywhere, not even off in the distance. But about a minute or so ago I heard some yelping to the north of me, and those were out in this direction. So not the best of starts.
Finally, the minutes ticked away to the start of hunting. I started out with simulating wing beats of a turkey flying down out of the roost tree. Then some content puts and purrs on the ground. Now, sit and wait. But it didn't take long to get a response.
Got some gobbling off to the northeast in this direction. Let's see what happens. We had some gobbling. See if anything comes in. That gobbling that I heard out in this direction, I think that's a jake. The fact we didn't hear any gobbling on the roost, and he's quiet, but he did gobble and respond a little bit to my fly down and my cackles and my yelps, and now he's dead silent. So my guess it's a young jake and not a big tom. Well, somebody harvested their first bird south of me. I just heard a gunshot. One happy hunter someplace. That bird is still out there, about 150 yards maybe. But he's still responding to my calls. There's the sunrise. And that bird is still out there someplace. Every once in a while I can hear him. Like a gobbler yelp. That's the only bird I got to work on so far. Bird gobbled again out there. He's responding to my calls, but he ain't coming in. But at least we got a bird to work. I was worried this morning with no gobbling on the roost. That bird that I've been working is closer, directly north of me. He just gobbled again. There he is again. He's coming in. Maybe we get a bird this morning. He's close, but I can't see him in all this stuff.
The sun was just cresting the top of the trees east of me. We've had a lot of action, and it's still pretty early in the morning.
Now I got two birds. I got that one gobbling close, and I heard another one out that way. This one's got to be within 75 yards. I just can't see him. He's close.
Knowing that a camera tripod would have provided a steadier picture to view, I sure was wishing that I brought it with me now.
There he is.
As I was shaking while I was trying to film. I was so excited to see this Tom appear and not the Jake that I thought was coming in. At first I thought I'd have a shot at this Tom, after filming him perched up on the trunk of a deadfall tree. When he jumped down and got behind some trees, I put the camera down and pulled the strings on my decoy calls. I was hoping to get the Tom to turn and come towards me. I desperately worked the calls. The Tom would gobble, but not come closer. I even used my slate call. But the Tom just wouldn't cooperate. He stayed out of my range at 50 to 60 yards. Sensing he would not close the distance, I picked up the camera and continued to film, now even more shaky than before. A feeling of frustration and despair began to wash over me. Knowing that the only shooting of this Tom would be the video that I was taking. I watched on the video screen as the Tom disappeared back into the underbrush growth of the woods. Just minutes later, I caught some movement ahead of me. I picked up the camera and zoomed in to check out these 4 Jakes coming in. Not harvesting a bird the last 2 years, it didn't take long to make up my mind, as these jakes kept coming in towards me.
We got a bird. Not the big tom, but a small jake. But we got turkey dinner. Opening morning. We had the 2 toms come through, and they stayed just out of gun range out here. And then I had these 4 jakes follow them through. And these guys came in, they were inquisitive, so we took one of the jakes. Nice sunrise. And a nice bird. Not the gobbler. We saw he had a couple gobblers come through. But they stayed out of gun range. And we had 4 jakes come in, and we decided to take one of these jakes. Now there we go. We got our bird, a small jake. But he came into gun range. And we're 32 yards from the blind. We paced it off. So a 32-yard shot. We dropped them right away. So, little guy. Probably a 1-year-old bird. He's got these little nubs here. Not even a spur yet. Little nub. And just a little tuft for a beard. But he came in, he was the closest one, so we took him opening morning after not having a bird the last year or 2. Head back to the blind, take some pictures. Opening morning, we bagged a bird. This is rich. I'm tagging my bird, cleaning everything up. I don't know if you can hear him. I got another bird gobbling out here. I don't know where he is. He's out here gobbling away. I'll be spooking him. But I mean, I'm tagging the bird, I'm walking around, cleaning up the blind, and the birds are still coming in. Holy cow, is he close. They're all over here. Listen to them gobbling. Maybe I should have waited on this jake. Maybe I would have got a big tom. They're still coming in. I'm right out here in the open. They're 75 yards away from me. Maybe those are those 3 jakes looking for their buddy here that I took. Good morning. See, this is the difference between getting up at 3:30 in the morning the first day and getting your bird, and getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning on the second day. Sit out here and have a nice hot cup of coffee and listen to the gobbling around you. Relaxing.
It started as soon as we were settled in the blind.
That gobbler just flew down. Another one. Oh, I can see him on the roost. They're roosting right in these direction out to the west, we had two birds on the roost. We watched one fly down, one kind of fell out of the roost. But when we got here, they were gobbling on the roost, and we had to wait like 15 minutes before we could even call. So I simulated a fly down and did a couple of putts and purrs on our box calls, our pushpin calls, decoy calls that are set up around us. And the birds were responding to that. But when they came down, there was a live hen out here. And when they came down right on top of that live hen. Now they moved off a little bit further east, but they continue to gobble. I got into a dueling match with the hen. I was doing some real raspy calls, and she kept answering back. And every once in a while, they're still gobbling. And we did hear gobbles to the north and to the west of us too, but way, way out. These birds are right on top of us, 75 yards away from the roost. Had that live hen not been there, I think they would have come right to us. We still got a chance. These birds may come in here knowing that there was a hen in this area later. Yeah, she's yelping yet out there. So I was hoping for a quick hunt this morning, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen that way. We'll have to wait it out a little longer. I just heard a gunshot, and the gobblers are gobbling to the gunshot. They got to be about 150 yards out or more. Like I said, we may have to wait it out, but I think with all the activity we had here, I think they may come back in a little later. There's the sun just peeking through the trees. And he's the one with the shotgun. They're coming back in this direction. I think that hen may be leading them back here. Time to let them think there's a gobbler over here. Now through all the racket I'm making, are you up?
Kinda.
Sounds like those gobblers are coming back a little. But I did hear a gobble right from the east. Right across moss is clear cut in that tree line in the back there. Because I'm hearing yelping out here and some gobbling. And also there's some yelping out in here every once in a while and some gobbling. Did you get one?
Yeah. Just down on the other side of the log. My adrenaline was pumping too much.
Opening day, we got some birds. A couple of jakes, but look at them go. Had to been a half a dozen of them in there. Go see that bird. Oh yeah, there. He's laying right on the other end of the log.
Oh, yeah, I got one. Better be a.
Oh yeah,
It's a tiny one. Ooh.
that was a good headshot. That was a good shot. Well, congratulations.
I couldn't see the beard, so
No, I had them on. When I zoomed in on them, I could tell they were all jakes. There had to been 6 or 8 of them. Well, we didn't get the times, but we got a couple of jakes. So.
I'm happy.
Okay, here's Mike's bird.
After a burp.
After a burp. At any rate, it's kind of funny. I was just telling them, the last time we took birds, we took almost identical toms, both of them just over 19 pounds. And this year we both take jakes, and they both look about the same.
Mine will be bigger.
Yeah, well, we're going to wait and find out. There's the blind right there. So we'll pace off, see what kind of a shot he had.
Well, what is today? Saturday?
Yeah.
We were only out maybe an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And what was it, like 6 or 7 jakes came in, and they were all head to head for the longest time. And then the minute one jumped away or a step off the other ones, they took it. I didn't even know which one it was anymore. If it was in the middle or the end or the front, I don't remember. I was shivering too, so I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna miss the shot, but I didn't. It was a clean hit just to the head, and it was 45 yards out of the blind, so it's good.
Yeah.
It's been a while. It felt good.
Good. All right. I think we can. We got enough
Yeah,
pictures now. We can
let's
head
get
back and a hot cup of coffee.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed this flashback turkey hunt with my son Mike and myself as we doubled up on a couple of jakes. Remember, always cherish the outdoor memories created with your family. Now, we do have fun filming these, and for the first time, we're going to include some outtakes from this episode. Hey, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you all on the next episode. Now sit back and laugh at our mistakes.
Oh, with the lens on though. See, I'm a bad cameraman. Oh, sure, now you get it. 10 minutes later, Dad's perfect shot set up. This will go in the deleted scenes and the extras and how Lee's turkey video was made. Except there's no commentary as much as when you video.
Okay. Action. There's the bird. Okay.
Well, it's Saturday, the first day of my hunt, and an hour in, I have a bird, and it's done. We can go home.
I really appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos and my channel. A big thank you for that. Now, feel free to comment below, or if you don't want your comments available in the public eye, we can also be reached at rapantoutdoors360@gmail.com. And if you know a friend you think may enjoy this video series, please feel free to share this with him or share our link. And always, whether you fish or hunt, make sure you practice CCR. Catch, conserve, replenish. Make sure that there are resources available for future generations. We'll see you all next time.